My name is Donghee. I'm a senior majoring in public relations at Penn State. I'm originally from Seoul, South Korea, and I've been in the US for almost about 7 years. I am in integrated undergrad and graduate program at Penn State, in which I am getting my bachelor's degree in public relations and master's degree in media studies at the same time. So I was able to learn different types of media theories as well as different types of research methods. As still an undergrad, I held numerous research assistantships, including um, coding, interpreting, and analyzing data with professors. So I was able to learn how to use both qualitative and quantitative research methods. I am currently working on this project in which I'm examining how television shows and Hollywood movies portray gaining access to Ivy Leagues and top notch schools so easy to obtain. So it's been so much fun because I was able to just rewatch the entire episodes of some of my very favorite shows, like The Gilmore Girls and The Pretty Little Liars, and even The Good Dog Charlie. So it's been really fun so far. I applied for the media research internship at the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences Foundation because, honestly, research is one of my biggest passions. Last year, I was one of the first undergraduates to present at the Association for Education in Journalism and Mass Communication in its 101-year history. I conducted a framing analysis of the broadcast news coverage of the elderly. I admit that the process itself was tedious and challenging, but when I finally got the results, when I shared my findings with others, that was just one of the most rewarding experiences that I've ever had in my life. And since then, I've been in love with research. I understand that media, especially television, is more than just beyond just an entertainment. It produces images and ideas that influence the audience perception, their values, and their beliefs. So I am just really looking for opportunities to learn how the television works and operates to make the decision making process in the audience. Real world experience, honestly, because I am planning on going back to grad school and study the PhD program. And I want to specifically study the television and how the television influences the audience and their perception and their values. So I am just really looking for opportunities to learn what the television really is about. And working in one of the nation's biggest networks will help me really understand how the television influences people. If I get this internship, I want to contribute my enthusiasm, my passion, and just the positive vibes that I have. I'm a very positive person, and I try to stay positive even in all situations, including when I am going through something very hard. And I try to put 100% of myself in everything that I do. Right now, I have a research assistantship and a part time job in which I'm devoting more than 10 hours per week for each job. And in addition, I am taking the full load of grad classes, the coursework. And I think I'm doing pretty well. I am doing more than well, actually, because I try to put more than 100% of myself in everything that I do. I value effort and hard work, and I have a very strong work ethics. And that's something that I can really contribute. In addition to the past, well, not a lot, but past some research experiences that I have. And that's something that I think I can definitely contribute to the internship. I honestly think that I'll be back in grad school working on my PhD degree. I, as much as I love research, I want to study television in depth. So it really doesn't make any sense if I don't have the real world experience. And that's really something that I'm looking for in this internship, the real world experience to learn how the television really works and how the people behind television really work. so that I can truly understand the nature of television and the nature of the process of television, so that I can more effectively study in my research and become a true television scholar. My ultimate career goal is to become a professor of media studies, specifically studying the popular culture and the popular media. So that's pretty much the television. So, as I said before, it really is more than crucial that I have the real world experience in television to learn how the television really works. And the mutual relationship between the television and the audience to really better incorporating my research and just to truly become a researcher and a scholar in television. On average, I'd say that I watch television at least an hour per day. I love watching television in the actual television box because that's really the bigger screen and I can just really concentrate when I watch it. I sometimes watch it on my phone and sometimes on my laptop, but that's when I really miss my favorite show and I want to come back and watch it. But really, the traditional mode of television is really the favorite vehicle that I'd like to watch it from. A few of my favorite television shows include the award-winning comedy shows like The Modern Family, The Big Bang Theory, The Ellen Show, my all-time favorite, and The Middle, which I think perfectly illustrate the dysfunctional family and remind me of the family of my own, except that I don't have brothers. I value humor. That's something that I prioritize in my life. And I think that those programs perfectly understand and address the audience needs for the appropriate humor. It also acts as an outlet for the audience to relieve them of their daily stress, which I think is very important. Lastly, I think that at least for me, there are words of wisdom embedded in those shows. So when you watch them, you don't only laugh because it's funny, but you learn that there are philosophies and the true meaning of life that you have to abide by um, after you watch the show. So you actually get something out of it. I know this is a bit corny, but to me, television is like a rainbow. First, there are so many different types of programs to fit the individual audience's tastes. And because it acts as an outlet for different expressions and creative activities, they have own unique color and that shine in a box called television. And in a biological perspective, just like the way that the reflection of sunlight in the water creates the rainbow, television does the exactly same thing. They reflect the audience preferences and ideals, and in turn, it produces and presents certain set of ideas that influence its audience. So it creates a mutual relationship between the television and the audience. And of course, it's fair enough to say that television provides an escape from these sometimes harsh realities of life. And of course, Rainbow does the exactly same thing because when you look at the rainbow, it's beautiful first of all, and sometimes an imaginary that promotes the that triggers imaginary imaginations in your life and provides comfort from the realities.